And with the unveiling of this solar field in Eva Beach that will power over 10,000 homes on Oahu, the state is now one step closer of reaching their goal of utilizing 100% renewable energy on the state by 2045. The Humane Society of Hawaii has extended its Bring Love Home Challenge in partnership with the Best Friends Network, where the main goal is to waive as many adoption fees as possible. But what's most important is finding homes for dogs here, like Sammy. We're roughly halfway through RIMPAC here at the Pearl Harbor Hickam base, where both the U.S. and Japanese navies are working together to expand their humanitarian aid and disaster relief programs in hopes to be prepared for every possible adverse scenario. Now, with over 120,000 books at what is the largest book fair in the state of Hawaii, workers tell us that what's left over is going to a better cause. It's day 4 of this continued mistrust in the Hawaiian Electric Company as crews work behind me with roughly 600 of the original 3,000 customers still without power here in Chinatown. And with the continued pushback of the estimated restoration times, businesses tell us they don't know what to believe.
We try to plan for the day, so we're not sure how much to prep for the day, when we're going to be open. I have staff that's wondering, they're waking up early in the morning wondering, do we have work today?
It's food and beverage shop owners like Tony Wongham who have been hit hard with the Chinatown power outage, reaching its 4th consecutive day on Thursday. And with no one in sight, he says the only thing to do is hope for the best and prepare for disappointment.
We do a lot of fresh products, so a lot of that fresh products has a shelf life, and we had to, it's really hard because we don't know if we're going to be open tomorrow.
With lost product comes money wasted, and with no business since the weekend, the damage begins to add up.
The revenue that we lost would cover at least a month or two of rent.
Probably $45,000 to $50,000 for sure. I don't know the full total loss yet. And I mean, HECO, you can only submit, if your equipment was burned out. I'm not even sure that if we can actually get coverage for a product. It's definitely not loss of business. So like business interruption, that's the big number, right?
That's Chuck Bustler, managing partner of FET, one of many farm-to-table restaurants in Chinatown, who says that the economic effects of this outage extend throughout the island.
If we have small farmers that we buy things from and things like that, they're obviously not selling right now. So everybody's losing from this.
But even in a time when missing out on revenue comes to mind, managing chef of Giavetti, just next door, says disappointing his staff is his biggest loss.
I am concerned, but mostly for my staff. A lot of our staff, they need this job, they need these hours. And
having just opened weeks ago, Chan says that their forced closure is even more difficult with their recent success.
And people were super excited, we were really happy to be here, and then this really put a wrench in everything. And right now we have nothing to do, we can't give them anything. We lost all of our food, all of our products.
But even though the worries are high of when they can once again open their doors to customers, he has grown a strong sense of community here in Chinatown.
And we've been helping each other as much as we can, shoveling ice back and forth, keeping us updated, keeping each other fed, keeping morale up. So I guess the silver lining in all of this is we really get close to our neighbors.
And while businesses say that they appreciate the support throughout their community, what's most upsetting is the inconsistent power surges with the false sense of hope that they've been experiencing throughout the day. In downtown Honolulu, Luke Welch, Hawaii News Now. Ethel Nishimoto was a senior at Farrington High School when the world changed in December of 1941. The day Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, Ethel's daughter Reen says her mom had no idea.
She was coming home with her friend Barbara Matsuura. They were walking from Ala Park to go back home on Waikamilu in Kalihi. And all these cars were honking horn at them. And they're waving, there are people shouting at them, they're walking home. And then when they finally got home, they were get good scolding because they said, do you know, there's a war going on, there's bombing going on, you guys shouldn't be out there. And they thought, oh, we thought we were so popular, everybody was honking horns and waving at us.
Reality would soon set in, with Farrington desks becoming operating tables, the library a makeshift ER, Ethel and her classmates' education sidelined. Receiving a diploma is something that every student looks forward to, but for those who attended Farrington High School during World War II, graduation day never came.
And I remember she did say that, well, we'd go to other people's graduation ceremonies and she'll say, I enjoyed my Farrington High School, but we got in the war when I was a senior, and so we never had our diploma or our graduation ceremony.
All these years later, as Ethel approached her 100th birthday, her daughter wanted to honor her sacrifice, so she asked the high school to borrow a cap and gown to hold a private graduation ceremony. but leaders at Farrington answered her simple request with a grand gesture. The JROTC insisted on going big to make up for the moment Ethel missed 82 years ago.
It makes us ecstatic because it really shows a sense of honor, and knowing that she didn't get a chance to receive her diploma, it gives us that honor to give it to her.
And it's a history that we revolve in this community. And a lot of pride, a lot of loyalty, a lot of patriotism came out for that.
With Farrington pride all around, Ethel's daughter was thrilled to see her mom hit the century mark in the community she's still lighting up with kindness and her smile.
That's why she gets to live to 100. She's always giving and helping other people. That's what she's known for. This woman is 100, wears no glasses, no hearing aid, no walker, and she's just out there independent and full of life, still got lots of personality. She's just happy to just be who she is.
I can't believe it's happening. But I'm enjoying it.
Luke Welch, Hawaii News Now.
It's going to be in the news.
A somber gathering on Oahu's east coast today, marking the one-year anniversary of the devastating wildfires that tore through Lahaina, just 70 nautical miles behind me, as local officials pay tribute to all that was lost on the neighboring island of Maui. Reminiscing tragedy, offering support and lessons learned. Thursday afternoon on the shores of Sandy Beach was quiet as local officials and first responders paid respect 1 year after the Maui wildfires.
We're here to let them know, people of Maui, as we have tried from the beginning, that they have not been in this alone. 102 lives were lost, unbelievably tragic. We also know so many of the families and lives were affected.
Along with lives lost, dozens of homes, businesses, and communities burning forced Lahaina residents to evacuate. But as they left, selfless emergency service personnel took on the blaze directly in hopes to save as many as possible.
Disasters have a long shelf life, and one of the major learnings that we've been employing is how do we take care of our first responders in the aftermath of a disaster. And we've done a lot of work, and we've come a long way, lots more work to do.
While these agencies continue to find the safest ways to respond to disaster, they mourn the loss of those who sacrificed their lives on the line of duty.
We as AMR lost one of our own, Tony Simpson, a real valued and loved member of our team. He lived in Lahaina and worked on Lanai, and he was at home that day taking care of people and trying to save others, and lost his life in doing what he loved to do.
Through grief, a message of unity rang as local and state leaders worked to restore the town of Lahaina and the island of Maui.
It's going to be a tough road back. You know, we pray for the strength to be able to do that. We will do everything in our resources to help.
Luke Welch, Hawaii News Now.